Scanning for audio.
Welcome once again to a Tin Dog podcast, this time talking about the high price of parking. That's the main range from Big Finish. I'd like to apologise first off for the sound quality, but I thought I'd record this while waiting to go into surgery. You know, I'd much rather spend the day with you than just sit around doing nothing. I hope you don't mind. So this is the latest release, number 227 in the main range from Big Finish, coming out in July 2017. Here's the synopsis. The planet Dashrah is a world of exceptional beauty. Historical ruins, colourful skies, swirling sunsets. Unsurprisingly, it's a major tourist trap. So if you want to visit Dashrah, first you'll have to visit Parking, the artificial planetoid that Galactic Heritage built next door. Parking, as its name implies, is a spaceship park. A huge spaceship park, a huge, enormous spaceship park. When the TARDIS materialises in Parking's northern hemisphere, the Doctor and Ace and Mel envisage a quick teleport trip to the surface of Dashrah, but they've reckoned without the superzealous Wardens and their robotic servitors, the sect of free Parkers who wage war against the Wardens, the spontaneously combusting spaceships, and the terrifying secret that lies at the lowest of Parking's lower levels. Written by John Doney. We've got Sylvester McCoy, we've got Sophie Aldred, we've got Bonnie Langford. We've also got a massively great cast. Now, I just want to say that there's a certain 1980s feel to the Seventh Doctor's time, represented by, say, the Happiness Patrol, to a certain extent Delta and the Bannermen, but definitely Paradise Towers. You see, they take a certain idea that was prevalent at the time, or indeed is in society, and then work on it. Give it that Doctor Who style twist, indeed make it fairly studio bound, and when you've got a space station you're allowed to do studio bound stuff. So in many respects this fits in with that bracket really well. Now, you've got an older Mel, but in this story Ace is acting just a tiny bit more, well, less world-weary. It's not the Hex Ace, let's put it that way. The wow, you're putting everything into some sort of chronological context, it's beyond me. Good luck to you if you want to go down that particular road, but I'm not willing to go there myself. It's just too damn difficult. You've got a sort of rough headcanon, but once you start actually trying to nail things down, it all becomes a bit timey-wimey and a bit liquidy. Let's not go down there, it's not important. What is important is that we've had some great dark times from John Doney, but we've also had some great comedy. This is admittedly leaning more towards the comedy, but more comedy in the sense of the setting. It's a commentary on the futility of, well, parking, the everyday life stories, the sat-navs, how much we've relied on things like Siri, and that's what it's commenting on. But it's not out and out hilarious in the sense of, oh, it's a comedy. Oh no, Doctor Who never does that, not anymore. What we've got is a strange concept, but it's executed completely straight. Yes, it makes sense for an abjectly beautiful world not to want to spoil itself. Yeah, you visit Stonehenge, but the parking lot's off to one side off the motorway. It's that kind of thing. And the fact that it's a planet made of multi-story cobox, it's just a standard idea taken to its logical conclusion. So, in many respects, this is a definitive Seventh Doctor story. If you listen to this, and you went away and watched those other TV stories, you would know that A, these are done, well, this is done so much better. And let's face it, if you couldn't see the Candyman, you'd be more impressed with the Candyman. That kind of thing. But here you've got stories that deal with bigger issues, bigger problems, and bigger concepts, but all perfectly laid down in the Seventh Doctor's way. When you see John Doney's name written on things, you always have a certain level of expectation. Well, you're not let down even remotely here. Characterisation, incredibly high. You've got your great big concepts, which is great, but you've also got, well, just some nice characterisation. And let's face it, some people have that chat where you go, which is more important, characters or plot? And we all know the truth is both, working hand to hand to move each scene along. Yes, characterisation and development is fine, but you know what? These people will exist in the future. This is a perfectly logical setup, and because there isn't anything embarrassing like the Candyman in this, or the Great Architect or anything like that, well, it's all going to be alright. I'll play you the trailer and let you decide for yourself, but as far as I'm concerned, this has all the hallmarks of a classic. Be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The High Price of Parking.
Welcome to our home, Free Parkers. Welcome to the tribe of the lost.
3, 2, 1. Still got it. Free parking!
Explosion detected in Sector 3, ma'am. I've locked down the area.
Right, I see. Is it them?
My people, we have found our foe! We must head for glory!
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sound of any of it.
Uh-oh! They're swinging round! The rockets! God! Get out of the way of the rockets! Did everyone make it out?
I think so.
Those Free Parkers tried to kill me. That's going too far.
Get in! Now!
Whoa, don't have to ask me twice.
Please, do not enter that vehicle.
Step on it, sunshine!
Stop. Stop now.
The more corpses pile up, the less chance we have of keeping this under our hats. If you can't stop this, I'll find people who can.
This sounds a risky plan.
On a day like today, any plan's a risk. If we want to save lives, it's a risk we've got to take. Tool up! Let's go stop a war!
Big Finish. We love stories.
On the 2nd of September 2017, Hooverville 9 will be with us. William Russell, the man who was Ian Chesterton and still is on Big Finish. Carol Ann Ford, Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. Nicola Bryant, Perry. Toby Haydock, DVD Extras Man and everyone's favourite racist barman. Jessica Martin, Fraser Hines, Jamie. Phil Ford, Michael Pickwood, Philip Hinchcliffe and Matthew Dale are just some of the names who'll be appearing at Hooverville, the biggest little Doctor Who convention ever. Visit hooverville.org to get tickets. See you then. That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.